¿Qué pasó, güey? It's your homeboy Quetzalcoatl hitting you up with another video. On today's episode, I'm going to be giving you my prediction for this weekend's fight between Ruslan Provodnikov and John Molina. Last week, we had an amazing slugfest between Orlando Salido and Francisco Vargas. Molina and Provodnikov have been participants in 2 of the last 3 fights of the year, so this fight right here is pretty much guaranteed fireworks as well. As always, I'm going to be giving you details on both fighters, talk about some of the recent fights, and then I'll be giving you my pick as to who I see taking this. Alright, so let's start off with John Molina. John Molina is 33 years old. He's listed at standing at 5 feet 10.5 inches. He's got a 71-inch reach, and he holds a record of 28 victories with 6 losses, and 23 of those victories coming by way of knockout. And he's been stopped twice in his career. John Molina is a straight-up brawler. He's got a lot of power in his punches. He's probably one of the biggest punchers in this division. He's got a lot of heart, and he's got an okay chin. But being a slugger with an okay chin and getting into the ring against Provodnikov is a weakness in this fight. And you saw that weakness against Lucas Matisse, which was 2014's Fight of the Year. That was a hell of a slugfest. Dudes were going back and forth throwing bombs. They dropped each other in that fight. And John Molina was doing well in the beginning. He dropped Matisse twice, showed a lot of heart. Even when he got rocked, when he got dropped, Molina got right back up and kept coming forward all the way to the end. Unfortunately for John Molina, like I said, he's only got an okay chin. And that's a problem when you're going up against another big puncher like Lucas Matisse. Because Molina's defense ain't really all that. So he doesn't really have the technical ability to avoid big shots on a consistent basis. So he's going to get caught. That's pretty much what happened. As soon as Matisse got in his rhythm, he started beating the shit out of Molina. And left his ass for dead, man. At the end of the fight, that was pretty much a fucking crime scene. And you saw his chin betray him a couple years back in his fight against Antonio De Marco, where he was stopped in the very first round. In his most recent fights, he's lost 3 of his last 4, with losses to Lucas Matisse, Humberto Soto, and a decision loss to Adrian the Gatekeeper Broner. In his last fight, he beat a homeless guy named Jorge Romero, a fight that really doesn't physically prepare him for Provodnikov, but it does, however, mentally boost his confidence, so he's a bit better mentally prepared for this fight. Like I said, he does have an iffy chin, but he's got big time power. That means he's never out of a fight, even against Provodnikov. Alright, so now let's talk about Ruslan Provodnikov. Ruslan Provodnikov is 32 years old. He's listed at standing at 5 feet 6 inches. He has a 66-inch reach, and he holds a record of 25 victories with 4 losses, and 18 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Provodnikov, straight up come forward brawler. He's a warrior that steps in the ring to bulldoze your ass. He's got good power in his punches. And most of all, he's got a granite chin. Super chin. Put an S on that motherfucker. And Ruslan Provodnikov is a scary looking dude. Like I said, man, homeboy looked like a straight serial killer. Like he putting in work like on some Jack the Ripper type shit. I'm pretty much calling it right now, man. If I ever see him on the news, like they do a news report talking about former WBO champion was arrested this morning for having a motherfucking cemetery full of bodies in his basement, like I'm not gonna be surprised, man. I'm telling you, man, Provodnikov is torturing somebody right now as I'm doing this video, man. Probably cutting their leg off and shit. He also looks like he might be the son of that dude from the Goonies, Sloth. And Sloth Jr., he's no stranger to wars either, as he was a participant in 2013's Fight of the Year against Timothy Bradley. And that was another great fight to watch. And props to Timothy Bradley. He's not even a power puncher, and this dude was going toe-to-toe with Provodnikov. However, unfortunately for Provodnikov, he really hasn't had too much luck in close fights, as I saw him edging out the fight against Timothy Bradley, but the decision went to Bradley. Same thing with Algieri. I thought that Provodnikov won that fight, but Algieri ended up getting the decision. And in his last big fight, he went to war with Lucas Matisse. That was actually a strong contender for 2015's Fight of the Year. It was straight fucking chunking him. And I do think that Lucas Matisse deserved that decision victory, but there's no shame in that loss for Ruslan Provodnikov, because that was a great fight to watch. And once again, he displayed that granite chin that he has. And in his last fight, he beat some bum out there in Monaco. As far as this fight goes, though, against John Molina, my pick is I have Ruslan Provodnikov destroying John Molina. Don't get me wrong, John Molina's going to show heart. He's going to chunk it with him for as long as he can. But at the end of the day, I don't think that chin is going to hold up. And I think Ruslan Provodnikov is going to bulldoze his ass. I think this is going to be somewhat similar to the fight that Provodnikov had against Mike Alvarado. And yeah, John Molina's going to go out like a G, though, but he's going to get that ass whooped. But what do you think? Do you agree with me that Ruslan Provodnikov is going to beat the shit out of John Molina? Or do you think that John Molina can pull it off? He does got that power. He could hurt anybody, so you never know. Let me know in the comment section. And as always, if you like this shit, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is your homeboy Quetzalcoatl. Sign the fuck on out.